Hi, I'm Jennifer Lepore, Online Education Manager for ArtistsNetwork, and I have with me here in the studio today, Chris Saper. Welcome.
Thanks, Jennifer. Hi.
Hello. And we've been actually here for a couple days with Chris. We've been filming 2 oil portrait videos. One is on how to paint realistic skin tones, and the other one is painting oil portraits in cool light. We've had a lot of fun. We've learned so much over these last couple days.
Well, thanks. It's a pleasure being here.
Oh, you're welcome. And I wanted to let everybody know just a little bit about how you got started painting, and for my own curiosity, just wondering, have you always been interested in art? Did you
I was
up a
like
brush
all...
when you were a baby?
No. The moment I was born, I started to paint. No, I always loved art, like all little kids, but I just never stopped loving it. I ended up having a fine arts major in college, and about a month before graduation, I realized that I couldn't pay the rent. And so I took up a master's degree in hospital administration and did that for the next 17 years. And after my son was born, I thought, I'm really ready for a change, and I thought, I'd love to do this. I'd love to paint portraits for a living. And I worked out a business plan for myself to transition, and I've now been painting portraits professionally for about 20 years.
Oh my gosh, that's a huge shift from fine art to hospital and then back.
It might seem like that, but to me it's not. It's the same approach to problem solving. And I did a lot of quantitative analysis and strategic planning, so a lot of those kinds of problem solving thought processes come into play every time you face a blank canvas. And some of the things that I experienced in my corporate life, like writing or speaking to a group of people, they're skills that you would never think, oh gosh, in the future, what if I ever become an artist? Will I ever need those skills? And so for many people who are taking up art as a second career, I think it's really encouraging for them, because there are always experiences you'll have had in your prior work life that somehow you can bring into play and make them very helpful for you as a painter.
It seems so. And why people? Does that have anything to do with your hospital experience, from being around people, just wanting to get them on canvas?
No, it's just their faces are so interesting.
Okay.
They're all so different.
They sure.
And I mean, I love seeing still lifes. I own a couple of still lifes and some landscapes, but I can't get myself interested in sustained study of those topics because they just aren't as interesting to me.
Okay. And did you actually take anatomy courses? You've brought up some scientific terms while you were painting.
Well, a lot of it I did as research for my first book, Painting Beautiful Skin Tones.
Okay.
And I think there's a lot of logic to painting. So to me, if you can deal with and put aside some of the logical things, then that frees you to be a little bit more creative and explore the problems that you really need to. For example, take the time to decide up front exactly where you're going to place the head, because you can't decide at the end that you want to do that. There's a sequence to decisions that I think is very logical, and so that's just part of the way my brain works. And trying to make it as logical for people also takes a lot of the fear or the mystique out of painting, because it's not magic. It's like anything else. You need maybe a little bit of talent to get started, but mainly your progress is based on having good training, hard work, and a lot of practice.
And did you always want to gravitate towards oils? Have you tried other mediums?
I started out with pastels.
Oh, okay.
Now, I'm not sure why I decided to do that. I had a 1-year-old baby, and I didn't have a studio at the time, and it was easy to kind of stop and put them away when I'd need to. And after some period of time, I realized that I was losing a lot of commission business, because there just isn't the demand for works on paper that there is for works on canvas. And as I got further along with my painting skills, I realized that some of the things I wanted to accomplish, like getting very subtle with my value and color transitions, are things I couldn't really accomplish in pastel because of just the nature of the medium. And the oil is so fluid, you can correct of course, pastel is very forgiving too, but the oil is very forgiving. So it's suitable for commissioned portraits. You've got to continually tweak and try to get the likeness a little bit tighter without losing the freshness of the painting.
That's neat. So you do have a pretty good commission business. Is that something that you do, would you say full-time, or are you doing some teaching as well?
I teach a few classes a year, but my main business is commission painting. And part of what I teach is a course I developed called For Love or Money.
Oh, neat.
And it's a course that's part portrait painting skills and part business skills for painters. So things like portfolio development, presentation of your work, marketing, pricing, client relations, things that aren't normally taught to artists, but are basic skills that will come into play to help you be able to be a commission portrait artist if that's what you want. And if you're not interested in commissions, it's still the way to go about your work and present it in a professional manner so that it looks finished and the way you want it to look.
That's huge. I bet you have a big call for students, like lots of students clamoring.
Well, I have great students.
Good.
I have great students, and a lot of them, as I say, are in their second careers, and so it's really good because they're very dedicated to working hard and making sure they can work their own business plan that's suitable given their own circumstances in their lives and careers.
Well, great. Thank you so much for sharing all this with us today, and thanks for being here.
Pleasure being here. It was great.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.